Volumetric analysis is a quantitative chemical analysis in which the amount of substance is determined by measuring the volume that it occupies, or in broader usage, the volume of the second substance that combines with the first in known proportions, more correctly called as titrometric analysis. Next, for the objective of the study is to determine the alkalinity of different water samples like rainwater and river water using volumetric analysis through acid-base titration. For the significance of the study, it is important for drinking water treatment, which is alkalinity acts as a buffer, supporting coagulation, softening, and corrosion control, underscoring its importance in the system. In environmental, the alkalinity of a lake or any water body helps to determine its sensitivity to acidic inputs, like acid rains. Last but not least, towards the power plants, proper alkalinity management in cooling system prevents scaling and protects metal surfaces, but excessive alkalinity can cause unwanted deposits.
Next, I will explain the theory of alkalinity. Alkalinity is the ability of water to neutralize acid and resist changes in pH. It is determined using acid-base titration, where HCl is used as the titrant to neutralize the alkaline species in the water until the endpoint is reached. The main reaction is HCO3- H plus that produce H2CO3 and then produce CO2 plus H2O. The alkalinity is then calculated using this formula. The volume of HCl used is directly proportional to the alkalinity, meaning more HCl indicates higher alkalinity, while less HCl indicates lower alkalinity. Is the methodology. The materials used in this experiment are shown on the slide. The main apparatus include a burette, pipette, conical flask, beaker, tutup stand, and white tile. The chemicals used are standard hydrochloric acid as the titrant, methyl orange as the indicator, distilled water, and the water samples, which is river water and rainwater. This experiment was carried out using the acid-base titration method to determine the alkalinity of the water sample. First, 50 ml of the water sample was measured using a pipette and transferred into a conical flask. Then 2 drops of methyl orange indicator were added. Next, the burette was rinsed and filled with standard HCl solution. The sample was titrated until the methyl orange changed color, indicating the endpoint. A rough titration was performed first, followed by accurate titration to obtain consistent readings. Finally, the volume of HCl used was recorded and used to calculate the alkalinity of the water sample.
Is the example of calculation for both rainwater and river water samples. The alkalinity was calculated using the formula alkalinity equals to the volume of acid multiplied by the molarity of the acid and 15,000 divided by the sample volume. For the rainwater sample, 1.2 ml of 0.02 m hydrochloric acid was used, giving an alkalinity of 12 mg per liter as calcium carbonate. For the river water sample, 8.5 ml of the same acid was required, resulting in an alkalinity of 85 mg per liter as calcium carbonate. Since the river water required a larger amount of acid to reach the endpoint, it has a higher alkalinity and a greater ability to resist changes in pH compared to rainwater. Next, I will explain the comparison between river water and rainwater. River water is collected from rainfall, groundwater, and surface runoff. It is usually neutral to slightly alkaline with a pH between 6.5 to 8.5. Because it contains more dissolved minerals, river water has higher alkalinity, turbidity, and conductivity. In contrast, rainwater is formed by the condensation of water vapor. It is slightly acidic with a pH around 5.6 because it absorbs carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Rainwater consists very few dissolved minerals, so it has low alkalinity, low turbidity, and low conductivity. Overall, the river water has a greater buffering capacity than rainwater due to its higher alkalinity.
So now let's take a look at our findings. We test both river water and rainwater using acid-base titration. We found that river water need more acid to reach the endpoint than rainwater. This means river water has higher alkalinity. It contains more carbonate and bicarbonate ion, so it can resist changes in pH better. On the other hand, rainwater need less acid, showing that its alkalinity is lower. So here are the factors that causing the difference. So why are the results different? River water flow through rock and salt, so it picks up more minerals, especially carbonate and bicarbonate ions. This mineral increase its alkalinity. Rainwater is different because it comes from water vapor and contains few dissolved minerals. It also contains carbon dioxide, which form a weak acid and lower its alkalinity. That's why river water need more acid during the titration. Finally, why alkalinity is important? Alkalinity is important because it helps keep the pH water balance and also protect the aquatic life from sudden pH changes. It is also reduce the effect of acid rain and helps maintain a good water quality. However, our results might be affected by some experimental errors such as reading the endpoint incorrectly or measuring the acid volume inaccurately.
In conclusion, acid-base titration is an effective method for determining the alkalinity of water samples. The results show that river water has a higher alkalinity than rainwater because it contains more dissolved alkaline minerals, giving it a greater buffering capacity against pH changes. This experiment highlights the importance of alkalinity in maintaining water quality and protecting aquatic ecosystem.